Yo, what's going on, guys? Exile Joker here, and Path of Exile 2 has continued to release some new stuff for us to take a look at before their new season and largest update occurs, and that is what we are going to do. So apparently, about 19 hours ago, they have released the Streamlining the Campaign, and I am excited about that because I have just gotten done with their campaign again in preparation for the new league. And let me tell you, it's long and the maps are long. And so, very interested to see what they've done here. It says that they'll be giving us new cues and things. So, I haven't watched it yet, but we're going to watch it together and we're going to see what the hell they're talking about.
Hi, I'm Mark Roberts,
What's
Game
up,
Director
Mark?
on Path of Exile. We've heard player feedback on the time it takes to replay the campaign. We're actively going to be making changes to streamline that going forward. And today,
Okay.
we'd like to show you some examples coming in Return of the Ancients. To start off with, in the Grelwood in Act 1, if you happen to find the river, you can follow it upstream and it will always lead you to the Red Veil. When seeking the Tree of Souls, keep an eye out for these magical glowing roots. Follow them, and you'll find the tree. That's not all. In the
What was
same
glowing
area,
about
you
that?
may even see these mushrooms. If you do, keep an eye out for the entrance to the Grim Tangle. It's nearby. Now, the hunting grounds is pretty huge, which is why we're making it easier for you to spot both the entrances to other areas and the various landmarks in this area. Like this nifty signpost in the middle of the path, which will lead you to the Ogham farmlands. And if that wasn't enough direction, there's now a rather grim farm to table trail in the form of this pectac bovine leading straight to the territory of its butcher, the
Okay,
Bloody
I mean,
Crowbell.
so that's a good one, right? Like, that's a good one. That's easy to identify. But, like, what about the glowing roots and the mushrooms? I mean, ha- having played this game quite a bit, it gets very involved, I guess I would say, for the screen and like what's happening on the screen. I'm not sure that I'm going to be able to see those roots. I could barely see it now when they were showing it. And the mushrooms, maybe, but like how far do they start and like do they actually give you a direction? Because these maps are so big that even just looking for the mushrooms, how much direction is that actually going to give you? The feet, sure, the footprints, I get it, but the mushrooms, I and the roots, it's not enough, man.
The ritual in this area, once completed, will create a trail of locusts leading direct to Freythorn.
I mean, I get that one. That's
And
good.
once in Freythorn, each ritual will do the same to the next closest ritual.
That's like
This has
the
even been
stuff that they
updated to
do with the
rituals in
crystals, right?
Endgame
Where
as
you
well,
click a crystal,
as
then
an
it
added
shows you
perk.
which direction that they're in.
Moving into Act 2. Traitor's Passage now has a guaranteed intersection, where one of the ways will always lead to Balbala, and one to the exit. To know which way to go, just follow the Marraketh parchment, which was
So
used to
I
bind
noticed this
Jews.
in the
Surely that
playthrough I
way to
just
the
did.
Jin Balbala, right?
They have this in there right now. I noticed it when I was playing through my most recent playthrough that they actually do have these like parchments or whatever on the wall. So I noticed that and it did lead me straight to Balboa.
And of course, Titan Valley. Now you are immediately presented with your goal of the level, this giant set of Titan heads. Behind each is an entrance to a linear canyon. Reach the end of the canyon, activate the seal, and use the newly spawned portals to return back to the start and see what activating the seal did. Significantly smoother and clearer objectives on this area. In Act 3, the jungle areas have camps of explorers to sell you items. However, they are now even more useful. By talking to the explorers, they will point towards the next area. The destination is also revealed on your minimap, so you'll
What's the
always
point
know
of
where to
these
go.
guys anyway? I they never have anything that I want.
That's not all we've improved in the start of Act 3. We've moved the entrance to the waterways to be in the jungle ruins, instead of the infested barrens.
Wait,
And
what?
we've added an alternate escape route. We've added an alt. And we've added an alternate escape ruins instead of the infested barrens.
They
Is
moved
to be
what?
in the jungle ruins instead of the infested
Oh,
barrens. Two items.
sorry.
However, they are now even more useful.
Jesus.
By talking to the explorers, they will point towards the next area. The destination is also revealed on your minimap, so you'll always know where to go. That's not all we've improved in the start of Act 3. We've moved the entrance to the waterways to be in the jungle ruins instead of the infested barrens. And we've added an alternate escape route from the venom crypts to allow you to shortcut through the jungle. And we've even moved the Azak bog to be in the waterways, so you don't need to go searching for it in said sparse jungle. But these are just a few examples. There are many more improvements throughout the game, and we'll continue refining the experience over time. Check them out and more in Return of the.
Listen. I'm gonna be honest with everybody here. All right. The problem with the experience of the campaign is that the maps themselves are entirely too big. Like, if you go the and I get it, like, if they're giving you a direction or something, that's cool, and, like, I think the locusts flying or whatever and the guys pointing in a direction is much better than some sort of like map aspect that you're gonna have to pay attention to try and locate yourself. Just because like there's so much going on in the map as is, especially with like all of your abilities, all of the things that's running around. Um, so to me, the maps themselves are way too big. And still, like, I hope that they add more checkpoints into the game, but let me be honest, like, they don't have enough as it is, and I know that they've already added some, but as I've been, like, replaying the campaign, I have been experiencing, again, the similar stuff that I was experiencing, 2, 3 seasons ago, leagues ago, where we were talking about how far or how big the maps were, and it took forever to get through them. And if you went the wrong way, God forbid, you're now trekking back 15 minutes to get to the other side of the damn map or to go and find a checkpoint. The maps are too big. There needs to be way more checkpoints. I don't know why we're being stingy with the checkpoints if we're going to just be using them to pop around within a map that we've already gone through. Um, I'm not sure if it's because of, like, the flask recharges. Maybe you should just make it so that it only recharges your flask every certain amount of time. If you wanna make it like a time thing where you can't just bounce around from checkpoint and checkpoint, I don't know, but the maps themselves are too big. Um, so I guess we'll see what other stuff that they're going to add into the campaign to kinda help you through the process. I like that they're adding, like, directional guidance, and that it's not some sort of, like, quest marker, right? That's just, like, pointing you in a direction on your map. That's kind of, gay. I don't know about that, but, um, I mean, good changes, good changes. It looks like there was another video, so I'm gonna go back to it and see if we can watch that, because I don't think I watched this yesterday.
Mountain born hold the spirit dear.
Oh, no,
Fly
this is the
seek not to
Ascendancy
stop.
Showcase. Yeah, we watched that, so alright, guys, well, I am going to stop that here. I just wanted to keep up with some of what's been going on with Path of Exile 2 as we get closer and closer to the release. I am gonna be playing it, starting on the league start date on May 29th. But the good news is I think we've got some, good builds in store for us. I've been really liking the minion build, so if you guys haven't already checked it out, I'm playing Sorcerer right now, Sorcerer minion build with the Jin and a bunch of different minions that is just kind of annihilating the maps right now. So hop on over to Twitch. I'm at the Exile Joker on twitch.tv. Like, subscribe, keep up to date with everything Path of Exile 2. We also play a bunch of other games over here. I'm just kind of a little game nerd, so happy to have you guys over here, and looking forward to the next update. See you later.